though, kind of a different pace here from what we had in our previous series. I mean, the other games that SOS and herO had were pretty close, but there, I mean, herO just uppercutted his way through that.
Yeah. Nicely done.
Game number 2 is starting right away. It's getting pretty late here at the studio. I know a lot of our audience members still need to take the train back here, so we're going right into it. Echo is the map. Classic has to win this game and the next. herO just needs one more victory, and he survives Group B, going on to the round of 8.
All right, it is Echo, and this one, definitely one that can go long. As we saw before, you can get that second forge timing where you make attempts, of course.
Yep. Could happen. Anyways, guys, if you have anybody else out there who still wants to tune in, let them know now. This has been an amazing day. Definitely a day I'm going to recommend to other people to check out as we now go into game number 2 of our final best of 3.
Season 3.
In the bottom right, in the red, he is
SK Telecom T1 Classic.
in the upper left, in the blue.
CJ Entus herO.
Tosis.
What's up, Tasteless?
Not much. Toasty McToast toasted bread.
Well, tassels. Yeah, I don't know. not too much, you know. It's been doing a lot of casting this month. Continuing to do a lot of casting.
Yeah, we've actually casted 3 different titles this month, man.
I guess it's actually September now, but in the last month
yeah.
time.
Heroes of the Storm, Hearthstone, and StarCraft 2. Very busy, very fun month.
Yeah, certainly. Always good to be working. Been playing some games. Not really doing too much else though, man. It's like my life. When I think about it, when I'm like trying to talk about it on GSL, I'm like, the thing is, it's not boring. I really enjoy my life. It's very fun, but to talk about it is pretty.
Might be a bit redundant, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, guys, I'm kind of doing what I've always wanted to do, which is like talk about and play video games. So, no really great stories.
No,
nothing really interesting.
Nah. We are going to have the Cybernetics Core come down here, and this is where the story shortly is going to begin to unfold. What do these guys want to do? How do they want to do it? I got to say, Classic probably kicking himself that last game. I don't think we're going to see anything like that again.
No, probably
In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if herO does the conservative, I don't even want to say that's conservative, kind of the well-rounded expand play.
Yeah, could be. I think herO's going to go for a Twilight here again.
Okay.
Classic, though, I'm not sure. Like, I could definitely see him grabbing a Stargate on this map, giving that a little bit of a try.
By the way, if you guys missed out, definitely check the games that SOS had against Classic. They were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, tonight overall, it's had really great games. The Maru series were nice, too.
It's kind of crazy how we got these 3 completely elite Protosses in this group, and Maru just shreks.
Yeah, he just
bashes through them.
Puts on his mud stomping boots and mud stomps his way out of this group.
Mud stomps his way? Like that's a thing, mud stomping, man?
Imagine big rubber galoshes and stomping
puts on
mud.
his swimsuit and mud wrestles his way out of this group, Artosis.
Mud stomps, man. It's just like this very mucky. It's like you hear it plop in and get stuck a little bit, but you pull right back out and you keep going. People are getting mud on them. You get mud on your shirt and stuff, and it's like... But you know what? Sure enough, you're out of the group. Everyone's a little bit muddy, but you're out of the group.
You poet. Oh, hold up. 2 more gates. Stargate almost done and Twilight almost done here.
Very fast Oracle coming up.
Uh-oh. What is this talker doing?
Yeah.
He's like, okay.
Yeah, he just wanted to check on a Nexus.
No.
No Nexus. So let's see if he... Excuse me. Look at me being tasteless, sneezing during a cast.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, he doesn't see the Nexus, so he goes ahead, throws up a Robo. But the Robo not really that useful. Like, you'll probably end up getting one anyways, but just a little bit later against the Oracle build. And we do have the Twilight follow-up, so Classic will be going into Blink with this as well.
Looks like we have that probe coming up here. Could potentially hide a pylon. Oracle now looping around in the top center now. Spotted by the
yeah, that probe.
probe, yep.
That guy was a really good scout right there to see him coming in, so he is ready for it.
So insta-cast this.
Trying to scare him away without casting it. Really trying to. And you know what? One probe for not casting Nexus Cannon, absolutely great.
Yeah. He was pretty close, too. I mean,
yeah, he was very close to clicking on it, but it worked just right for him.
A lot of times in PvP, when you use the Oracle, what you want to do is control the opponent by triggering when the Nexus Cannon is activated and where. Yeah. That's not even just for PvP. I guess that's for all the matchups against Protoss. But
you don't use Oracles in those, though.
Yeah, that's true. But in this case, with the Oracle, that's what you want to do here. And then that way you can occasionally make the Nexus at the front of the base much more vulnerable. And considering we have Classic going for Blink here, that's definitely something you want to keep in mind. Oh, what?
Wow.
Thought the most failed Blink of all time.
The anti-Blink. Well, right now we do see that Classic's Nexus is about to finish, but herO gets his forge way earlier, and he actually did this against SOS as well. Like, he's been very good at realizing the situation at hand and the fact that he can get this forge up at a very nice and early time. And those early attack upgrades are important. They really can swing battles if you have the attack upgrade and your opponent does not, or vice versa.
Yep, Immortal's starting to get pumped out now. As herO did get that robo first. With Classic's Blink finishing, he really has more utility to move around the map. That Oracle's still not dying. Nice tagging there. That's going to keep Classic very comfortable back at home.
+1 finally does get started. Forge and Robo on the way for Classic.
And as Artosis has said throughout today, because we've had a lot of PvPs today, guys, when you see them making the Forge, that's when they've concluded, based off their knowledge and understanding, that this game's going to go on for longer. I'm not under threat of any kind of timing attack. Yeah,
and it's not like they'll cut probes to make it, so like sometimes you'll see it like a little bit late, or a pylon or anything. But what they will do is, for instance, cease and desist unit making to make it. Because it's like, well, I mean, you don't need to get this Immortal out quickly because you're not going to be attacked, so just get your forge.
Oh my god.
Wow.
10 HP.
It's plenty. It's 10%.
Nice. Yeah. More gates coming down. And we see the Colossus tech starting here.
Oh, man.
Well, you're like 10 HP. 10 is the number of fingers I have on both hands. I'm like, yes, Artosis, that's right. Anything else you'd like to add? He's like, I have 10 toes as well. I'm like, thank you. Now over here we see that he's making a third base.
Humans like to count in base 10.
It's like,
but they don't have to. They could count in base anything, really.
Well, third base. I got to say, a pretty early third base, considering a lot of PvPs we have, they make a ton of gateways and get a good number of Colossus out, as well as Immortals. But herO is looking at this and saying that he can do it, he can get away with it. Let's see if that's going to be the case. Classic's going to have to take a third base if he doesn't expand, and there that is now.
This is kind of what you would expect here. Both of them really just scouting a whole hell of a lot. That's why they have 2 sentries each, trying to figure out if they can kill each other at any point in time. If one of these players will end up killing the other player, it will be herO who gets to go ahead and do that, because he has gotten the quicker third Nexus, and he has 3 Immortals against 0. So he's kind of got a robo lead, even though... you know, we do already have 1 Colossus out for Classic.
Yeah, that's true. It's got more of the building blocks there. And that's why this matchup does look like this, is that once you get the second base up, because Protoss armies, they have to be complex. And so you can't kind of have some ragtag Protoss army that's going to move out, and everything has to balance out. So that's when you see them get all the upgrades. The +1, Zealot Legs, Blink, Thermal Lance,
yeah,
and so on and so forth.
Speaking of Thermal Lance, herO hasn't actually started it, and he should have by now.
Oh, do you think he just didn't?
Sometimes Protoss forget to do that. This is like a mistake we've definitely seen cost people games before. But yeah, pretty darn sure he forgot it. There's absolutely no reason he would not have it going right now. There's not a single reason in the whole world.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
get
if
that
you're
at
not
all.
getting Thermal Lance, it's because you're making only one Colossus step on force fields. If you're getting more than one, you have to have it.
Yeah, I mean, having if one player has the longer range on Thermal Lance and they deal all that damage first, and there's a chance they might even get 2 shots off, as that other Colossus that doesn't have Thermal Lance is in the back, Colossus or the Colossi. It's pretty bad, so let's keep our eyes peeled and see if he actually gets that upgrade.
Yeah, that's such a big thing to forget. And the thing is, like, you start it so early normally that like, you don't ever check back. You just assume you have it. And these two aren't going to fight for a really long time. Like, look, he's throwing up the 2 Stargates. This is the second Forge timing that we talked about before, where it's the second timing in which, during which in a PvP you realize neither of you can kill each other. Well, as you know, Classic probably could because he has Thermal Lance, but...
Well, what's funny is if at any moment, like a probe or anything else comes out and bumps into the Colossi that don't have Thermal Lance, and he just notices the range seems a little bit short.
That could happen. That is a possibility. I feel like, as someone who's played a lot of PvP, that I might not notice. Like, I would be sending the probe to see where the army is rather than check that. So it might be like hard to notice, and I'd be like, wait, did he forget that? Oh my god. Whoa! You know?
Well, here comes some Stalkers now. And he's going to be warping in some Zealots up here, Classic is. So we should see eventually a Colossus hit something.
Big recall does go down right now for herO. I'll steal with that completely. Going to go ahead and...
Ah, I can't get out. Oops. What? They're stuck behind the pylon? Oh, this is hilarious.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Can you tell that the Thermal Lance is like...
Well, that makes it... That's actually a great place to put a pylon anyways, so that your opponent doesn't blink up into your main base. But yeah, right now we do have, of course, Classic finding that second Forge timing as well.
Even though it's a timing that has nothing to do with the Forge, it's...
Yeah, but it's the Forge timing on every other map. There's like very few maps where the second Forge timing exists.
just to clarify to the viewers.
I'm gonna be
just to clarify to the viewers.
Has nothing
for
to
the
do
way
with the Forge.
Artosia's way of describing the game, that it's... Yes, on a normal map, you would get your second Forge. On this map, because the way it's shaped, you actually get Stargates and go for Tempest.
The easy way to remember it is calling it the same
second
Forge.
yeah.
The second timing of can't kill.
Yeah. This is, I guess I was going to say, the second phase of turtling timing. Gets that Templar.
Nice try there. He was trying for a feedback on the Mothership Core. That's how important the Mothership Core is, SOS, that people will send in high Templars to try to get it.
Yep.
Because even though they cost more gas than the Mothership Core, the Mothership Core's energy is so important.
herO's rotating up here to this base. Wait,
Well,
he still doesn't have Thermal Lance,
no,
right?
he does not.
Oh, my God. What if he wins this game without Thermal Lance?
It probably won't happen, but I don't know. Like, I guess it could. He has way more supply than Classic, but if Classic stays completely turtle during this while making his own,
Thing is,
he'll win the battle,
this is a
right?
factor that Classic might not know, though, because sometimes you just don't know. This even used to happen in Brood where people would forget to get the extra interceptors and their carriers.
Oh, God, yeah.
You know? And it's like they could have won so hard, but nobody's thinking to check for that because it's just assumed that that's one of the mistakes that you can't make, so you don't make, so you never see.
Well,
and also with the number of Tempests coming out, this may become a little bit less of a factor.
Yeah, I mean, the Colossi range definitely, the Tempest will be more important, but like the extra travel time of the Colossi and like the fact that they will be in range of the Colossi of his opponent for so long, like
we have a Mothership.
So important.
Mothership.
That's huge.
No core. And this is exciting. We don't get to cast a lot of games with the Mothership, but it is an integral part of the end game.
Indeed.
Or PvP.
Yeah. Was used in PvZ against Swarm hosts. Not so much anymore, but definitely in PvP, something in this situation you do want to have.
Classic loses that Oracle. All right. Maybe that Mothership Core will be able to cloak that Nexus in time.
Dude, he is going to be up an upgrade with air attack. He's going to be up a Tempest, and he's going to have a Mothership Core against no Mothership Core. Like, I think, and of course Thermal Lance. Let's not forget that's really the big one. But I mean, the Mothership is going to make a huge difference as well. Mothership just starting for herO. I think Classic's going to be able to take this to game 3.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we should go to our final game. Still no Thermal Lance. herO none the wiser. And
Yeah.
I think this is the moment that should trigger Classic to attack here anyways. So I think this is going to end in a few minutes.
It might, but the thing is, it's
Okay, wait,
really
hold
hard
up.
to tell how much your opponent has, too.
9 Tempest to 8 Tempest.
Yeah.
Classic in a slight Tempest lead, but as Artosis was saying, it is kind of hard to tell who's
Like, do I
actually
have
got
more
a lead.
Tempest? And even if I do...
Okay, now
like,
does he notice this? Those Colossi weren't attacking. Is there Thermal Lance being made? Did anybody notice?
okay, herO probably will notice now, I would say. No, he doesn't still. Because he just targeted some of his own Zealots to get more supply, and he still didn't notice. I guess you don't watch as they die. You just hit A and click on it and then look wherever you're
You're still doing a lot of stuff at once.
Oh, man.
Okay. There's the Mothership Core.
Dark Shrine on the way for herO right now. Bunch of cannons being made.
Looks like he might want to move out here into the middle. How many observers are had here?
For observers, we have 2 for herO, none for Classic, actually. That's interesting.
Yeah, that could be an issue.
Yeah, that definitely is something. If he finds out, if he figures out that there's no observers, like, you just warp in a bunch of DTs, like, and throw them at the army evaporates.
Okay, he's starting to poke in here. Really flexing his muscle there with that range of the Tempest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is going to be a nice pick here.
Very nice job.
Now, Tempests are coming forward here. Problem is that, again, guys, if you're just not joining us, herO doesn't have Thermal Lance. So it's like kind of crazy. It's like watching like herO has a gun with no bullets, but Classic still has his hands in the air. It's like, what's going on here? Like, it's...
That's a great way to put
Yeah.
it. I love that, actually. Okay, he actually just made some DTs. Looks like he wants to send those to the base that he just killed the cannons at. That's a great move.
Okay, he might not have to win with Thermal Lance. I mean, this game's getting technical enough.
Yeah. Where are they going now?
He had to back up because there was one cannon.
okay.
Actually, there might have been 2. I'm not sure. So I think he wanted to rotate back here. And he's just getting one more Archon. He's actually maxed out now. I guess he doesn't have an observer over this army because that observer keeps seeing stuff. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. Oh, get back in there! Whoa. Whoa.
That missed because of the cloak.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Don't see that too often. Don't see any of what we're seeing here too often.
Yeah, this is an interesting day. Kind of seeing the range there of the...
herO's just going home.
To fight another day.
Still no
Thermal
Thermal
Lance.
He's actually down an air attack upgrade as well. Like, Classic has been further ahead all game than he knows.
Problem is, you know, you do in moments have to take advantage of it, a lead that you do have. Okay, so this is a great move here. Because, remember, Mothership versus Mothership, you need the observers there. So, he's going to get observers pulled back over here. Notice he's got observer speed. I don't believe Classic has that either. Or herO has that either.
Oh, he's getting it now, though. Yeah, that's a good one to get if you get to such a late game with so much money. It's like, just get observer speed. It can save you the game.
Yeah.
All right, well,
this isn't going to do anything.
this is kind of crazy.
Now, it might come down to the 6th base here. 6th base, 5th base, 5th base.
Fifth
Yeah,
base?
that's it. No, 7th base. No, no, I meant 5th base here because someone's got to expand again. Now, this is the side with cannons on it. Now, he's looking. Oh, the observer's actually down there at the bottom.
Oh, and here we go. He actually does start to attack in, but it's hard to attack in anywhere. Like, Tempests just are so silly. They have such range. This is actually turning into such a crazy game where they're both like, well, I don't know how to kill him. This is... If I attack in, I'll die.
Well,
By the way, it's 12 Tempests for Classic to 8 for herO. And in fact, 8 Colossus for Classic against 4 for herO. I mean, geez, the more I look at this, the more I'm like, he has 3 Immortals still. He should just throw those away.
herO
Just
has
target those down himself.
Oh, he's actually going to get rid of probes. I was about to make a joke. I'm like, but herO has more probes, but now he's going to go ahead and sacrifice them. Well, guys, this is kind of a crazy game here.
Yeah. Some maps do cause games like this.
Yep.
Normally people would have attacked each other by now, but both of them being very, very careful. More Immortals being made by Classic. I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. Like what?
More Stargates. Also being made here by herO.
Oh, do you know what? I think the Immortals are to kill off any Archons or Stalkers.
You know what it
Because he has so many Tempests that if he just kills the Colossi off, he should be able to win. Because then you have to get anti-air to kill his Tempest, right? And Immortals kill all Protoss ground anti-air.
I think also important to note is that because we're this deep in the game, they need to be able to make any unit composition at once.
Yes, very good.
So they need to basically, like, let's say the armies collide into each other and they're both dropping down to like 90 supply by then. They need to figure out, okay, now what do I make? Am I making all Tempest now? Am I making Zealot Archon? Am I making a ton of DTs?
Realistically,
Colossi,
you need to have a ton of gateways, a ton of starports, and truthfully, I feel like you should have more Robos than they have. They both have 2 Robos, but if you need to make Colossi suddenly, you might need 4 Robos, man. And it's not that expensive to have 4 Robos.
5 base versus 4 base Artosis. And it's been like that for a while.
Yeah, it's definitely a big deal. But truthfully, if one guy wipes the other guy's army, that's just going to be game. It doesn't matter how many bases at that point. And he has all his observers in a control group here. I don't like that. He needs to click some of his observers to things like Tempest or Colossus that are going to die last.
Yeah,
so that they just follow. There's like, you never put them all in the front like this.
Oh, he's going to get the mothership.
Oh, that's huge.
Oh, and I don't know if this computer can handle this much stuff on the screen.
He's being really careful.
He's going to go, and he's going for the
he does have the following too, so that's actually really good. Never mind. I think he might have just realized he doesn't have Thermal Lance. He should be realizing right here because we actually see these Colossi wrecking everything. And look at this, the huge Tempest count here from Classic rolling through.
That's why it wasn't all the Thermal Lance guys, but that was definitely something you couldn't leave out of this story.
Yeah, but overall Classic just got a way better unit composition, I think, here than herO
Fifth
did.
base might not have been as important, in fact. You could just turtle back onto this, and then you have like that exact perfect unit comp. It's kind of like when you see with
unit comp is king.
Yeah,
but the base would be important if herO had the same unit comp, I think.
Oh, man. All right, I think he realizes the no Thermal Lance. We may have a coach go in there anyways, though, and let him know. Because it's like, oh, man, that was...
Yeah, you got to let him know because this could actually hurt your confidence as well. And
yeah, you might be like, I don't understand what happened back there. Why did I lose that so badly? And so that is going to be game. And we see some fancy stuff with the Stalkers and the Zealots, but in the end of the day...
He has enough bank. He might try to, like... I guess, like, if he picks every observer in this base trade and has DTs, he can win. That makes sense, I guess. 7 DTs on the way for herO. Thing is, those Colossi, like, how does he ever get through that with the ground army? He doesn't.
Yeah, he can't.
It's too much. Like, he could theoretically kill off the Tempest. It would be hard, but he could do it. But, yeah, I guess his plan is to snipe observers here once again.
Maybe he's going to be able to do it.
Well, there's 8.
Okay, there's 8 observers out.
It's a lot.
He's making buildings everywhere. There's still... I mean, this base is actually depleted, so, I mean, to some degree... The Colossi and the Tempest are not fast, by the way.
No, certainly.
These are not like nimble units. He's going to get the Dark Shrine. I think we already have enough DTs, though, that this is not a factor.
Yeah, he definitely has enough DTs. I don't think he wants more than 11 DTs.
Now, you know what? Now, let's not entirely count him out.
Yeah, there's still a small chance.
Yeah.
But it's 8 observers. Thing is, he still has 11 Tempests, so if anyone's sniping observers, it's the guy with 11 Tempests, right?
Yeah, you'd think so, right?
Maybe not. Maybe the Stalkers are pretty fast. All right, good move.
Problem is they're going to come down here and close in on this massive army. As you were saying, like 8 observers, like, that's just so much to kill.
Yeah.
And with Tempest always firing first, and the observer kind of being out there on the edge.
Yeah, you'd have to really keep your observer at a distance as herO, who only has 3 observers.
And, I mean, in truth, Classic can basically go over here and just sit on top of this army. Is he going to see those observers?
Okay, well, he's just picking off absolutely everything. All the Stalkers are going to end up dying, too. There's still some bank left over here for herO. But, I mean, he's at 68 supply. Like, Even if he killed all the ground with DTs at this point, somehow, the Tempest would be able to kill everything. And he could probably just sit over like a cannon or something like that.
See the Observer's speed here becoming very handy. He can now start gunning down.
Good point.
So man, a 35-minute game here. It looks like we're coming to the end of that right now.
Yeah.
Kind of an interesting game. It was just one of these maps where you can't kill the other guy. Problem is, I think you can just zone him here. He just keeps closing in on him.
Yeah, he's just going to chase him around for days, and it's going to be just about impossible for herO to really do anything. His army just can never stand a fight, ever. He'd have to run around in circles forever, and that's why Classic is actually starting to split all over the place. He's going to catch the army as it walks around and pick it off. See, right there.
Yep, he just comes down here and intercepts this right there.
He's like, I still got this.
I still have a chance to win this game. But in truth, I really don't think he does. I think that
I think he's going for building elimination at this point.
I think that's literally what he's going for.
He'd need a much bigger bank to do this right now. Well, we do have herO still killing off a lot of buildings. Still has a lot of buildings himself.
The thing is, he still has so many probes here. He can just hide. I mean, 4K banked up. It's not going to do anything.
Yeah,
I know it's a bit anticlimactic here, guys. It's just the end of this game is like
the game is quite over. He's not sure exactly how many observers there are and whatnot.
Well, he might also think his opponent has no more money, but that's not true. He just isn't spending any of it because he has this army that won't die. It's like this
yeah, he doesn't even have any pylons at the moment, so it's like whatever. just chill and wait for.
Oh, look at this! And he's trying to get these observers.
Hey, he got quite a few. He's down to 3. Unfortunately for him, we actually have like, well, 3 more. He has 6 observers. He's still trying this. Look at that.
There it is, GG. He just taps out out of frustration. All right, we're going to go to our final and last game here. It's 1-1. Anybody's game right now. herO against Classic. This last game will then define one half of the round of 8 for the GSL Code S.
That's right, and that's going to be really exciting to see who is going to go up to play against, I do believe, Deer. Well, whoever it is has insanely good PvP, considering this group.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the coach right there talking to herO saying you did not have Thermal Lance in that game.
That's not what cost him, though. You are right about that.
No, it wasn't what cost him, but gosh, you got to know that. And then also, like, what happened exactly that game? How many attempts? Because us, since we're observing, well, we're not physically observing, but we have access to see what numbers is of what. He might be able to tell him, all right, looks like he had 12 Tempests,
this is
6 Colossus.
Yeah, this is the equivalent of mech, like versus mech.
Yeah, like
where
you have
eventually
the
you have
battle
to kill
cruisers
everything but some siege tanks.
Yeah.
Eventually you have to kill everything except, like, I guess a few Colossi maybe. You have to keep building towards that crazy army. Like, you need a lot of Tempests. That's the most important thing. I mean, it hasn't been completely mapped out because there's very few maps that you can ever see something like